Okay, hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today we are going to study about the lambda functions and the basic overview about map, reduce and filter. Okay, so here's the Jupyter notebook. So let's begin with the lambda function. So what is a lambda function? So Python lambda functions are anonymous functions, means that the function is without a name. Okay, so basically the function is without the name, as we already know that the def keyword is used to define a normal function in Python. Similarly, the lambda keyword is used to define the anonymous functions in Python. Okay, so what it will do, first of all, you need to specify the keyword lambda here, then the variables a and b, and what you want to do the operation. For example, so basically a lambda function works in a single line. That means whatever you are writing, you need to specify it a single line and you will get the result. Okay, so it reduces the space and time. Okay, because you are writing it in a single line. Now what happens here is, what we are doing is, so we are passing two variables a and b and we are trying to add 10 to it. Okay, so 5 comma 5 is passed in a and b here. Okay, and whatever result we will get is 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 10 we will get 20. Okay, so this is the working of simple code. Okay, so print a of 5 comma 5 will give you 10 plus 10 is 20. Okay, so this is what you are getting. Now if I pass something different here, for example, 6. Okay, so 6 comma 5 is 11, 11 plus 10 is 21. Okay, now if I change the sign here, for example, if I change the sign here, okay, so a comma 10, so 6 into 10 is 60, 60 plus 5 is 65. That is how you will get. Okay, so this is how it works. So you can specify anything here. Okay, and then you will get the required output. Now here is the simple understanding of like the basic explanation of this. For example, we are giving a lambda to like storing lambda functions. Here it is like we are storing the value of lambda function in x. Okay, so what we are doing, we are creating a variable a here and we are adding 10 to it. Okay, so we are passing 5, so 5 plus 10 is 50. Okay, so this is the working of lambda function. Okay, also what you can do is you can also use it inside a function. Okay, so what we are doing is we are passing here a 10 value in square function. Okay, so when we pass a 10 here, so n, the 10 is stored in n here. Okay, and after that we are passing b of a of 40. Okay, so what will happen, a will get 40 value from the lambda function and 40 minus 10 is will get 30. Okay, so this is how it works. So in case of function, so a bit confusing, but try to have a look upon it and practice it. Okay, so if I change here into sign, then we will get 40 into 10 is 400. Okay, so this is the working of lambda function. Okay, the next is map function. Okay, so map function, it operates independently on each item rather than producing a single result. Okay, so we'll see this, like there are three functions: map, reduce and filter. So okay, so suppose if you want to print whatever list we are getting in the uppercase letter, then this is a block of code that we need to write. Okay, so how this code goes is, like for I in range 0 comma len of a, okay, that means length of a, we are giving c is equal to a of I, that means a of I dot upper. Okay, that means we are making this in uppercase letter, and then whatever result we are getting, we are appending it in b. Okay, so we are creating another list here b, and then we are appending it in list b. After that we are printing b. So this is the result we get. Okay, that means Ani, Basu and Suraj, that we will be getting in the uppercase letter. Okay, so instead of writing this many blocks of code here, okay, so what we can do is we can just write this, that is b is equal to list of so we are making list here, then we are using map function here. So map function, we need to write like this, like map, then what we are doing, uppercase, right? So string dot upper, whatever we want to run the operation here, we need to specify here, and after that we need to pass the list here. Okay, so using map function, so we are doing mapping list to uppercase, and then we are converting into list. Okay, so this is a one line of code here. Okay, so instead of writing this 5 to 6 line of code, we are writing just one line of code and then printing b. So this will also give the similar result. Okay, so since like you may get confused here, so let's print both the things. Okay, so this is how it works. So this is the result of map function, and this is the result of our basic block of code. Okay, so this is how map function works. You can try different things. Okay, then there is also other function like zip. So what it will do is it will zip a and b here. Okay, for example, we are getting a list here ABC and then another list B1 to 3. So what we are doing is zipping it A and B. That means we are trying to form a dictionary here, and then we are converting into list. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, that means it is forming kind of a dictionary. It is key value like that. So it is basically list, but it is zipping it like A1, then B2 and C3 like that. Okay, so basically it is a list. Okay, so instead of writing zip, we can also use map and lambda function here. Okay, so this is how you import other things from function tools. Import reduce. Okay, for a reduce one. Okay, so in case of this, instead of using zip, what we can do is we can use lambda function here, and we are passing x and y here, and we are doing x comma y. That means we are specifying how to form it, and then we are passing a and b here. Okay, that means x comma y will be formed, and then we are mapping it like this lambda function, we are mapping it to map, and then we are converting into list. Okay, so then it will give the similar result like the zip here. Okay, so it will work in a similar way. Okay, so how it works is, first of all, the lambda function will map it accordingly, like what operation we needs to form. Okay, so this is basically a lambda function, and then this entire block is mapped. That means we are mapping this lambda function in this format. Okay, and then we are converting into list. Okay, so this is how the map function works. Okay, so next is filter. So what does filter do? So the filter function creates a new iterator that filters elements from previously created one, like a list, tuple or dictionary. So basically the like overall working of the filter and map function is like similar, works in a similar basis, but just the difference is that the map function returns the entire original string. Okay, and filter function returns based on the condition, and it will always return a substring. Okay, so that means it returns a subset of the original set. Okay, so this is how it works. So we need to import the filter first, then after that we are giving a list here, then we are defining a function ab and passing a here, that is list, and we are returning where a is greater than 5. Okay, now what we are doing is we are converting the list here. So we are filtering a comma b, ab, and we are passing a here. Okay, so that means we are filtering this entire list and we are getting it. Okay, so then we will get this. That means where a is greater than 5, we will get the output. Okay, so first we are passing the function here, then we are passing the list here, and then according to this operation it will return. Okay, so basically filter works on a condition here, like whatever condition you are giving. So this is another example. Suppose you want to get the elements which are like palindrome, like the reverse is also true, right? So where here what we are doing, first of all we are making use of lambda function here, and in case of lambda we are checking if x is equal to a reverse of x. So if it is reverse, then we are filtering it and we are returning it a. Okay, and we are forming it in a list, and then we are printing it, like storing it in a C, and then we are getting back the C. Okay, so this is how it works. So ACA and madam is a palindrome, or a reverse is also true. Okay, so the workflow goes like this, like first if we are making use of lambda here, and then we are specifying in the lambda to check whether x is equal to reverse of x. Okay, and then we are using filter function and passing a, and then we are checking both the cases and converting it into list. Okay, so this is the working of filter function. Okay, so basically we are getting a substring. As you can see, we are getting only 2 here outputs, but in case of map we are getting all the outputs, right? So this is the only difference between map and filter. Okay, next is the reduce. So basically reduce function iterates through each item in a list or other iterable data types, returning a single value. So in case of map and filter we got like multiple values, but in case of reduce we will get only single value. So this is how you import it from function tools, import reduce. Okay, so we are creating a list here a, then we are reducing it using lambda function, that is x comma y is equal to x plus y. That means what we are doing is 1 comma 2 is equal to 1 plus 2. That means we are adding it every index position, or the value at index position is getting added to the next index position. Okay, so 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 5 is 15. Okay, so this will return 15. So first we are initializing lambda function here, then we are passing this a to this lambda function and we are reducing it. So then we will get the 50. Okay, so this was the overall scenario or the brief explanation about the map, reduce and filter and use of lambda function. Okay, so have a hands-on upon it and try to solve as many examples as you can, because it gets confusing, okay, sometimes. So if you solve many examples, then you will get a better understanding of it and you can do it very easily. Okay, so this was all about the map, reduce and filter and lambda function. So hope you learned something. So if you like this video, also hit that subscribe button. Till then, stay tuned, stay connected and take care. Bye bye.